Hi, Matt Stevens, 900 Global Regional Staff. For this video, I wanted to try something different, and that was to do a full uncut one-take version of the 900 Global Afterburner. So with that being said, let's go ahead and head on inside and get started with the game. Alright, so getting started here in the first frame. Usually on this house shot, I like to stand at about 25 with about a 5-board drift to the left and throw it out to about 9 or 10. So this first frame, a really good shot off of my hands. Definitely going to be a good look for the first shot, and pretty good start to the game. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to frame number 2. Now this shot, not as good as the first frame. I did miss left off of my hand by about 2 boards, and I did throw it a little bit quicker, which kind of allowed me to have that little bit of miss from left. I threw it just a little bit quicker, and I did spin it just a little bit more. I didn't stay behind it as much. So really just have to watch out for those kinds of mistakes later in the game. So pretty good start to the game. Start off with a double, and gonna hope to stay on it here in the third frame. Now this shot, very similar to my first frame. Again, the ball felt really good coming off of my hands, and overall a really good motion down the lane and amazing finish going through the pins. And this ball surprises me every time I throw it. I just don't expect it to hook as much as it does, and this ball is definitely going to be one of the best value performance balls on the market. So with that in mind, start off with the front 3, and now moving on to frame number 4. This fourth frame, another really good shot off of my hands. I did grab it just a little bit, however, not really too much to worry about. This ball, I did put it at 3,000, just to kind of knock that shine off of it just a little bit. And I'll do that with most of the balls that I have that come polished. And that'll really just kind of help me blend out the wet-dry conditions. And I won't have to worry about my ball skidding too far if I miss in, or jumping too much if I miss right. So putting it at 3,000 is kind of blends it out just a little bit and really helps me in the long run. So in this fifth frame, just like my second shot, I did miss left just a little bit. However, just like the second frame, I did throw it a little bit quicker, and I spun it just a little bit more. So that allowed the ball to really hold line all the way down the lane, and once it got through the pins, allowed it to split the 8-9. So started off with the front 5, and now we're going to go ahead and move on to frame number 6. This 6th frame probably going to be one of my better shots of the game as well. Ball felt really good off of my hand. However, once the ball left my hand, I did have a little bit of balance issues. However, the ball was already in a good projection once it left my hand, so really just have to make sure I do just a little bit better job of posting the shot up. So now going to go ahead and move on to frame number 7. Started off with the front 6. Now unfortunately with this shot, it was a lot like my second and my 5th frame where I had those misses left. However, the difference with this shot was that I slowed it down just a little bit, and I grabbed it a little bit too much, and unfortunately facing the maximum penalty for it with this 4-6. So we're just going to go ahead and take an 8-1 here, and hope to come back in the next frame with a lot better shot than that. So started off with the front 6 and then went 8-1, and I'm going to hope to bounce back here in the 8th frame. This shot definitely a lot better off of my hands than it was in that last frame. Coming off the split, really good shot, and I had a really good target at the arrows. However, once it got to the break point, it was about a board left, and that's kind of where that lower end ball motion will come into play just a little bit. if you do miss left by about a board or two, whenever you close your angles just a little bit too much on a shot, it's not going to be overly aggressive and go through the nose like a lot of other higher end balls will. So with this 9th frame, definitely way different from all the other shots that I've thrown so far this game. This shot, I did throw it a little too far to the right. However, I did slow it down a lot more than all the other shots I've thrown in the game. And really, even though I did slow it down, that'll say something about the hook potential of this ball, and kind of reiterate why I say this is going to be one of the best value performance balls on the market. Now in the 10th frame, this is actually going to be one of the last shots that I get, and unfortunately that's due to a couple of technical difficulties I had. My camera shut off after this shot, and I did have to wait for a ball return, so I struck here in the 10th, a really good shot, and I left a flat 10, spared it, and overall shot at 255.